Welcome everyone. So in this video, I'm going to start module number 3 here. So you should have up your profile 3 iteration. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to rename this. So we're going to go to the top. We're going to hit save as. We're going to start a new set of iterations here. And this one is going to be called assembly 1. There we go. Okay, once you have assembly 1, you're going to go to make sure you have your home tab selected here in the ribbon, and under this portion of the ribbon under create design, you're going to go to assembly and you're going to hit create assembly right there. It's going to bring up a little box here. We're just going to rename the name to, let me make sure I got it here, Seneca Drive Assembly. And the only parameter you got to make sure is set here is that code set style is set for all codes, and you're just going to hit OK. And then you're just going to select a point below your profile, and you're just going to click, and it creates a little eyelet. Now, if you zoom back, you can see it's a tiny little eyelet if we zoom back in relative to the rest of the stuff that we've drawn here, but this is where we're going to be working off of. We're going to be creating our cross section here and putting all the parameters for that. So let's go here. Zoom back a little bit. You ready? There we go. Now we're going to have to get a palette of all the things that we're going to require for the cross section. So you're going to go over here under palettes on the top left, and you're going to click this one here, which brings up your tool palette. Now, when it pops up, now a few things, by the way. When you click this button here to bring it up, sometimes from my computer, it took a while for it to pop up. So you might just have to wait a little bit while it loads. And then I've already created the palette because I did it previously. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a new palette like I have here. To do that, you're just going to right click and you're going to hit new palette. You're going to go to the palette itself and you're going to rename the palette and you're going to call it Seneca. And then we're going to add from the other palettes here, we're going to add to our Seneca palette all the kind of ingredients that we're going to need for our cross section here, right? The instructions to show where to do that here. And by the way, also, it says if for some reason the metric version doesn't pop up on page 2 of the instructions, gives you some instructions on how to make that work. And then, like it says here, you're going to name your palette Seneca. You're going to, from all these tabs, you're going to copy and paste. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go, you're going to find the lanes tab, which is right here, like this one here, and you're going to pick the appropriate one. Which one does it say to pick here? Lane outside super multi-layer. So you're going to find that on the list. You're going to right click and hit copy. Then you're going to go back to Seneca and you're going to right click and hit paste. And it's going to put it there. Now, there's a lot of tabs here, and there's a whole bunch of more tabs on the bottom right here. If you click here, there's a lot of tabs that, and when you don't see them here on the list, they'll be here that you can choose them as well. And you can always go back to the Seneca one by choosing it here as well. So that's by clicking the bottom right, like those little, it's kind of hard to see in dark gray, but you can just click here and it builds up all the different tabs you can have. So you're basically going to copy all the ones that you need into our Seneca palette, because this is how we're going to be building our cross section here, okay? Okay, so now we're going to go, once you have that already built, you're going to go to your Seneca tab, and you're going to choose Lane Outside Super Multi-Layer, and you're going to select that. The window will come up, and then you're just going to click on the right side of this eyelet here, on the right side. So we're going to click that, and you can see it. Then you're going to hit Escape, okay, just to make sure that we don't put another one down. So this is our kind of like our pavement with its base and sub-base layers. We're going to change the parameters on the depths and widths in this and the slopes. So you're just going to select it like this. You're going to right click. You're going to go to sub-assembly properties. It brings up a window here. You're going to go to parameters. We're going to be doing this a lot where we add a new feature to our cross section. Then we're going to go in, select it, choose the sub-assembly properties, and then we're going to change a whole bunch of these parameters. So let's start with this one here. So, and let's see what we're going to start with. A width is going to be 7.4. Pavement 1 depth, so we're going to scroll down a little bit. Pavement 1 depth is going to be 0.04. Pavement 2 depth is going to be 0.1. Pavement 3 depth is going to be 0. Base 1 depth is going to be 0.15. Scroll a little bit here. Base 2 depth is going to be 0. And base 3 depth is going to be 0. Subbase 1 depth and subbase 2 depth are both going to be 0. Subbase 3 inner depth is going to be 0.3, which it already is, and subbase 3 outer depth is going to be 0.374. So just going to change that like that. Then we're going to hit OK, and you're going to see it changes all the kind of features of our pavement and the base and the subbase there on the right side. By the way, on page 5 here, I'm just going to skim over this, but it basically gives you there's also subassembly help that you can find, where you can find the details on why the dimensions that we're changing. Okay, so if you don't understand some of those dimensions we're changing, the subassembly help in the parameters tab will give you access to what the actual measurements are that we are changing. Going to page 6. Now we're going to create the left side of the assembly, which is going to be the exact same. So what you're going to do is you're just going to select your assembly, the right side here. And then you're going to right click and you're going to choose mirror. And then you're just going to choose on the left side of the eyelet here, you're just going to click and you can see it just copies it. We're going to make sure we hit escape. So it's copied it on both sides. So we have the pavement now on the left side and the right side of the road. You can see that we have our crown already built in. So that's going well. And now we are going to we're going to insert the curbs, and then we're going to go to Urban Curb Gutter General. So we're going to choose this one here. It's going to bring up a window. And then what you're going to do is you're going to zoom in on the right side, the top circle. You're going to select it right here and click it, and it puts in. Then you're going to hit escape. And it puts in our curb and gutter. And then we are going to select this. Now you can select stuff a little bit sometimes by getting it close to the border. Sometimes it's a little finicky. There we go. Then you're going to right click, subassembly properties, go to parameters again. See, that's where that help little button there is if you need to figure out some of the details or explanations to some of those geometries. There we go. Okay, and then we are going to change our parameters here. So we're going to go to, let's see what we're going to change here. So gutter slope method, we're going to change that to use depth. So it's going to be a list that we choose from. Use depth and hit OK. Sub base depth is 0.664. Like that. Sub base extension is 0.15. Sub base slope is -3. I think we can scroll down all the way now. And we go to, so then we got to do these dimensions here. And again, these dimensions, if you want to know what the dimensions refer to, just go to your subassembly help. So we have dimension A is 225. And dimension B is 500. Dimension C is 50. Dimension D is 150, which it is. Dimension E is 200. It already is. Dimension F is 150, and dimension G is 325. It is. So then we will just hit OK, and it changes some of those dimensions there. Perfect. We're going to mirror this. So we're going to mirror the curb and gutter to the left side. So again, you're going to make sure you select the whole curb and gutter part there. You're going to right click and choose mirror. You're going to go to the left side of the assembly here. On that little circle on the top left, you're just going to click that and it's mirrored it. And let's take a good look at that. See, now we have our curbs and gutters for our road. Excellent. All right. Now it says here there will be a, let me make sure I got everything going here. There we go. Yes, it's all good. There will be a sidewalk only on the left side of the cross section. Place the urban sidewalk subassembly on the top left circle. So urban sidewalk We're going to select that part of our palette. And then you're just going to click on right here on the top left of the curve, this circle, and it's going to put that there. Hit escape. We're going to change some of the parameters here of that. So we'll make sure we select it. Right click, subassembly properties. Put parameters again. We're going to change the inside boulevard width to 2.8. Sidewalk width to 1.8. Outside boulevard width to 0.25. Slope is at 2%. It's correct. But the depth we need to make it 0.15 meters. We're going to hit OK. And it changed. There we go. So if you take it like that, we have like our boulevard width here and then the sidewalk and a little extra width on the opposite side. We're going to move over to the other side here. On the right side, there will be an equivalent boulevard width to allow for construction of a sidewalk in the future. So what this is basically saying is on the right side, there's not going to be, when it's constructed, there's not going to be a sidewalk constructed, but the width will be added in for a future sidewalk to be put in if required. So you're going to go add link width and slope, which is this one here. We're going to add that to the right side here on the top right of the curve, right on the circle. There we go. Hit escape. Make sure that we can select that. There we go. Right click, subassembly properties, our parameters. What are we going to change here? What a parameter. The width is going to be 4.85, and this is that total width of the left side that we did there, just add it all together into one width. So the width is going to be 4.85. And the slope is going to be 2%, and it already is. And then I'm just going to hit OK. There we go. Extending it out that way. Let's move to the edge here. Now we have to define our slopes and ditches on the other side. So we're going to start on the right side. We're going to add the daylight general assembly portion here to the right side here on the circle. There we go. Hit escape. Now we're going to, this looks a little, the labeling looks large. We're going to change all this up. So let's just select everything here first. Right click, go to subassembly properties again. Go to parameters. And we got a bunch of things to change here. So we're going to go to, let's see, cut test. Point link is going to be 1. Cut to width is going to be 0.5. Make sure it's cut to that you're changing. Cut to slope is -3. -3. There we go. Flat cut slope is going to be 3. So we got to go down a little bit for that. Flat cut slope, we're going to change that to 3:1. So just hit a 3 and enter. I'll change it. Flat cut max height is going to be 2. Medium cut slope is going to be 2. Medium cut max height is going to be 10. We got to find flat fill slope. So we got to scroll down to flat fill slope. There we go. Which is going to be, flat fill slope is going to be 3. Flat fill max height is going to be 2. Medium fill slope is going to be 2. So just a lot of changing the parameters, nothing much to this. Medium fill max height is going to be 10. There we go. So now then we're going to hit OK. It's going to just change all those parameters. And now we want to remove the labeling that's on this, this 3:1 labeling here. So you're just going to select the labeling. You're going to have to do them separately here. You're going to select one of them, hit the right one, hit label properties. You're going to change the label visibility from true. You're going to change it to false. It'll just make it disappear. Similarly, you're just going to select the other label. right click, label properties, false, hit OK. There we have it. We're gonna mirror this whole slope section to the other side. So we're gonna select the whole slope portion of the assembly here. Right click, you're gonna hit mirror, scroll to the other side, hit the circle right here. It does it also. Now, this one you have to do it. Unfortunately, you have to remove the labels again on the left side. So we're going to do that right away. So I'm just going to click the label, right click, label properties, change true to false. Okay. And select the other label. Right click, label properties, change true to false. Hit OK. There we go. And we're almost there. We're almost finished. We just have one last little thing to do now. You're going to go again to your pavement. The first thing that we put down was the pavement assembly. All right. So you're going to go. We have to do two different. We have to. The reason we're doing this now is because we're going to change one of the parameters, but they have to be different for the right and the left side. So you're going to choose the right side. Click it. Right click it. Subassembly properties. You're going to go to parameters. And super elevation slope is the one that we want to change. So super elevation slope, it should be right outside lane. So I'm going to go change it from default to right outside lane. Hit OK. Hit OK. Then we're going to go to the left side. Select that. Subassembly properties or the parameters. And on this one, we're going to change the default to left outside lane. Make sure that you're picking left on this side. And it looks like it's done. Make sure you save. So we're going to hit Control S, make sure it's saved. And it looks like it is saved. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much.